Hey guys, my name is Eric, and in this video I'll be going over my personal experience in online machine learning. I'll explain why and how did I even start. I'll also go over 2 critical mistakes that made this process a lot harder than it should be, and you guys should totally avoid it. Stick around until the end of this video. I'll actually show you 3 things to keep in mind while learning this new technology. Was it 2 or 3 things? Oh man. Before going over my starting point and all the mistakes that I made, let me actually quickly go over the reason why did I even start, as I think this is very important during this learning process. Well, I'm always working on new projects that involve programming development boards from microcontrollers to more advanced such as field programmable gate arrays. Basically, I like to get my hands dirty on anything that is in the field of robotics or some sort of hardware related. So while searching around for new projects, I came across this video by three blue, one brown YouTube channel on what is this thing, machine learning or neural networks, and I thought that would be a very interesting new project to work on. And after watching that video, what immediately came to my mind is, why don't I program this machine learning thing he's talking about onto one of my development boards that I have laying around that I've used in my previous projects, and create a little robot that I already gave it a name, Barry, that can understand handwritten digits. And most projects that I worked on in the past doesn't have this level of intelligence, and I realized that I need to step up my game. This is going to be a very interesting new project, so I decided to take this challenge and build Barry. Little did I know what I was getting into. So this is my plan. Use this digital camera development kit that provides 8 megapixels at 30 frames per second that directly connects to this FPGA board via this 33IO standard GPIO that directly connects to the FPGA. Use FPGA resources to design train deep learning model. Take a frame of a digit and predict using the train model using the FPGA. So my plan said, in other words, this is Barry's brain, this is Barry's eye. Let's imagine this is Barry's head, body, little legs, and Barry's eye. And Barry's brain is located right here in this little development board. So the goal is to have Barry look at a handwritten digit and pass that information to the brain and process and predict what digit did it see. I know how to make Barry open his eye, look at an image, and pass that information to where the brain is located. But the challenge or the problem is, I don't know how to create Barry's little brain. So I realized in order for me to create Barry's little brain, I need to learn more about this machine learning technology. This is how I dove straight into mistake number 1. Rushing to advanced topic. A quick search on Google, I learned the family of machine learning that will accomplish what I need is deep learning. Searching further, I came across convolution neural network, or ConvNet for short, which is part of deep learning, and its definition had all the keywords that I was looking for, such as it can take input image and differentiate one from another, and it is used in image recognition and processing. So I quickly got into my rocket and skipped all the basic topic in this field and flew to the area of ConvNet. I mean, I didn't know any better, and my goal was just to learn enough to code Barry's brain. I spent weeks trying to understand ConvNet, but the whole time I was like this. What is this weight and bias they talk about? Like what? Correlation. Atom optimizing. Wait, who's Atom? So if you seriously want to learn it, first determine what are the reasons why you want to learn it. And then list all the major topics in this field and determine where do you stand, to what level do you understand, and start from there. It can be the math behind it, so calculus or linear algebra or many others, and you can start from there. But if you feel like you have more solid understanding of the math behind it, you can start from more advanced topic and then move on as you learn the topic. So I quickly realized that ConvNet was kind of too advanced, so I decided to move on to the basics. Start from the basic math. But what I didn't know is where to find an organized course that actually explained, that listed all the basic topics in this field, and start from there. And this is actually how I got into mistake number 2. Starting from complicated source. So there are many ways you can start learning deep learning. I came up with a few, such as a course at a university, paid online course, or maybe search around Google until you learn the material. So I decided to use option number 3, at my own risk of course. So searching around, I decided to learn everything from this book, Deep Learning, and MIT Press. so I decided to give it a try. Okay, so depending where you stand, you'll find this book either to be easy or painful to understand. I started to learn linear algebra under applied math, but I was having a hard time understanding how to explain linear algebra. Then I thought, should I quit now? Because it was kind of getting frustrated. But I'm actually doing this for Barry. Then I came across this video by 3 Blue 1 Brown YouTube channel video series on linear algebra that actually explain all the basics of linear algebra, and that's exactly what I needed. One love to you, Grant. So my solid understanding of probability and calculus allowed me to skip them, but don't skip them if you don't understand them. Learn them at your own pace and move on as you learn them. It will help you a lot later on. Trust me on this. And to cover the rest of these topics, I couldn't find a better source than Andrew NG YouTube series on neural networks. That was really helpful. Thank you, Mr. Andrew. Okay, enough of my little story. But my point is, the resource you start using to learn this topic can either help you make it or break it. So be careful where you start. And if you feel like where you're starting is overcomplicated, just back out a little. Find some other source that will help you get to your goal. I'll actually link below all the resources that I think is useful to learn this topic. So as promised, here's 2 things to keep in mind while learning this new technology. Number 1, stick with it. What do I mean by that? No matter how complicated it gets, stick with it for long enough and you'll end up understanding. Then that's guaranteed. So here's an example. The deep learning book that I talked about earlier, linear algebra explanation, was pretty complicated at first, but after going around the web and learning linear algebra from other sources, reading it was like eating cake, literally. So here's the second thing, have some fun with it during the learning process. Put some fun into this, it will help you a lot. But here's a conversation between me and PayPal's virtual agent. I'm not sure if it uses some sort of deep learning model, some other algorithm, but I could not let the opportunity go away. Also, before you go away, comment below what stage of learning you're in, any tip you think would help a beginner like me or anyone else watching this video that wasn't mentioned in this video. Also, if you'd like to follow the creation of Barry, subscribe and follow us as Barry builds up more skills.